Welcome back guys to another video. In this video, we're gonna talk a little bit more about AI and compare Deepseek versus ChatGPT. I've went ahead and created a couple different prompts contextualized into the recruiting space to see what both of these actually kind of spit out in terms of output. Something tells me that the results are probably gonna be super similar, but I am also here and hopeful to be surprised as well. And so let's get into it and see what we can do. For the first prompt we're gonna go over is, what are the top sectors in the US in 2025 that is seeing the strongest job hiring activity in terms of open roles? So let's go ahead and get Deepseek to start cranking on that and see what they say. And let's do ChatGPT as well. All right, Deepseek, it's thinking. Predicting the top sectors in the US with the strongest hiring involves analyzing current trends. Nice, here we go. It's almost done. Oh, it's giving me 6. Oh, shoot, okay. It says what at the top. Okay, never mind. I didn't specify that, so let's see how many it's gonna give me. Maybe 10. Okay, so it gave me 10. Cool, so it gave me a bunch here. We got technology, artificial AI, why the rapid adoption of AI, machine learning, automations across industries is driving demands, key roles and trends. I love the fact that it also gives me additional sections for key roles and trends. I did not ask them that. That's really cool. So you got AI, got healthcare, renewable energy, e-commerce, education, fintech, and advanced manufacturing robots, mental health, cybersecurity, and creative industries. And then it has a summary here, factors influencing hiring trends, technological advancements, demographic shifts, policy regulations, globalization. These sectors are likely to dominate hiring in 2025. Awesome. Now, what about ChatGPT? As of March 2025, several US sectors are experiencing robust job hiring activity. It gave us only 5 of them. Interesting. So, technology, artificial AI, the tech industry continues to thrive. It's got healthcare, renewable energy, sports. That's something that Deepseek did not give us. Influx of private equity and the rise of new leagues have spurred job growth. Logistics and warehouse, this is also a new one too. But you also notice that their responses that they gave us is sentence form, and they don't also give us additional categories. You can also see where like the ChatGPT is kind of pulling a lot of these references from, and it kind of finishes the section here with just recent trends in US job markets for additional articles for us to be able to read if we want to do that. So I think that's kind of useful. But actually for this first prompt, I'm actually quite surprised that I kind of like the format of Deepseek a little bit better. Just trying to be objective here as much as possible. Did not ask them to give me key roles and trends. I think this can be specifically very helpful when it comes to just like the next step, which is like understanding the roles and trends and go a little bit deep, a little bit kind of a level deeper. So I would say maybe Deepseek gets a point for this one. Deepseek first. So we asked them to identify 3 different AI startups in both San Francisco and New York.
Are you struggling with getting responses from clients? Are you an established recruiter who is struggling to break 6 figures and beyond? Are you looking to start recruiting part-time and you don't know how? Do you feel burned out and stuck spending hours and hours each day in manual tasks like sourcing and outreaching and feeling like you have no time to actually run and grow your business? I am absolutely happy to announce that we have launched our own recruitment, educational, and coaching program to help you on your journey. We made sure that everything I've learned in the past 10 years, the tips, the strategies that really helped me build multiple 7 figures of placements on my own desk with some of the best companies in the world will be included in there. We'll also be including things like how you can build an acquisition system that brings in clients every month to your agency hands-free, how you can maximize the probability of a positive close during negotiations, how you can automate and outsource your day-to-day operations so that you don't have to spend hours per day researching or sourcing, how you can figure out the new and modern way to scale your agency that minimizes risk and maximizes your upside potential. And we've also included much more. The best thing about this is not only will you be getting amazing content, but we will also handhold you and be with you every step of the way to make sure that you are held accountable and you crush your goals. We'll also share with you our own tech stack, tools and plugins we actually use, plus everything else we know about automation and AI to help you save time, work smarter, and not be a slave to your business. The exciting news is that we've actually rolled this out to a select few people earlier this year, and I'm excited to see them well on the way to multiple 6 figures, with some breaking $30,000 to $50,000 per month already. So if you're interested to be a successful recruiter that can dominate in any market conditions, make sure you click on the link below to chat with another member of our team, and we're happy to chat with you to see if we can help you out. Make sure you jump on this really quickly. See you on the other side.
Now, the second prompt I want to ask them, okay, is identify 3 AI startups in San Francisco or New York and share the names of the founders, head of engineering, and head of HR. Let's have both of these run. Let's see what happens. Okay, so Deepseek first. So we asked them to identify 3 different AI startups in both San Francisco and New York. And it says, as of my knowledge, in October 2023, I cannot provide real-time or update information about specific startups. That's granted, but they did come up with, however, I can provide examples of well-known AI startups in San Francisco and New York based. So again, they were still able to come up with results, but it's not probably the most up-to-date. date. We're now obviously March 2025. Number one, OpenAI. So it gives you an overview of them. It gives you the founders here. Head of engineering, likely a senior executive like Greg Brockman. Head of HR, information about HR is not publicly disclosed. Okay. Same thing with Anthropic. So OpenAI, Anthropic, Scale AI, I would say are probably the three most well-known AI companies right now, especially out on the West Coast. But again, same thing. Founders, head of engineering, likely a senior technical leader, couldn't get that. Head of HR, not publicly disclosed, but Dario Amodi, the CEO, same thing with Scale. It then further went on to doing the same thing for New York startups, Clarify, H2O, and Data Robot. And then the notes here, the role of head of engineering and head of HR are often not publicly disclosed. For the most accurate, I recommend visiting startup official websites or LinkedIn page. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. So I guess if you didn't know any better and to check websites or LinkedIn pages, it's very great that it was able to kind of share that with you so that it can hopefully help you with like a next step. And if you're looking for specific contact information, use tools like LinkedIn, Crunchbase, AngelList. So it knows that it's limited, but it did its best. And again, I just think like the output in the bullet form is something that I like. It's very easy to read and it's just very honest that like, hey, head of engineering, head of HR might not always be publicly disclosed. Let's do ChatGPT. So here are 3 AI startups in San Francisco along with available information about the founders. So look, they give 3 and none of them are overlap. Deep Night, Safe Super Intelligence, and Neurofit. I'm not sure when this data was pulled, but it's something I feel like these are a lot more recent companies, or ChatGPT might have access to more of a recent data pool than Deepseek. I think it's like 2024. So, but the cool thing is here is that there's no overlap, right? And they didn't go after like the obvious OpenAI, Scale AI. And furthermore, it gave us 2 San Francisco and 1 New York, while Deepseek gave us 3 San Francisco and 3 New York. Here, you get the founders here. Again, same issue, head of engineering, not specific, not publicly available. Head of HR, not publicly available. Same thing with SSI. We got the founders, but all the head of engineering and human resources is unavailable. Please note that detailed information about the head of engineering and HR are not readily available, and then it continues to just give you links for more information about these. Cool, interesting. Next prompt. So I would say here, maybe the ChatGPT gets the point just for more accurate or recent data. The next prompt I want to do is write an email from a prospective recruitment agency asking if they need our services to assist with hiring. Mention that you have a 95% success rate, can fill a position typically in 2 weeks, and have worked with top competitors. To a prospective. Okay, so the next prompt is this: write an email from a recruitment agency to a prospective client asking if they need our services to assist with hiring and recruiting. Recruitment, mention that you have a 95% success rate, can fill a position typically in 2 weeks, and have worked with top competitors of theirs. And let's see what ChatGPT says. It's thinking. All right, it's coming out with things. Now, I had no additional prompt for length, or type of language, etc. Let's see what it says. Subject line: streamline your hiring process with your agency name. 95% success rate. Cool. Nice and easy. It highlights the 95% success rate. Dear client's name, I hope this email finds you well. My name is Preston. I'm with Preston Agency, a leading recruitment agency specializing in connecting top-tier talent with innovative companies like yours. We understand that hiring the right talent can be both time-consuming and challenging, especially in today's competitive market. That's where we come in. With a 95% success rate and average time to fill in just 2 weeks, we've helped businesses like yours build high-performing teams efficiently and effectively. In fact, we've had the privilege of working with some of your top competitors, including 1 and 2 and 3, to help them secure the talent that they need to drive. Our tailored recruitment solutions include access to a vast network, our pre-vetted high-quality candidates, industry-specific expertise, a streamlined process that saves you time and resources. If you're currently hiring or planning to expand your team, we'd love to explore how we can support your goals. Are you available for a quick call this week to discuss your hiring needs? So a couple things I'm very impressed about. Number one, subject line, it basically included like some of the main variables that I want to highlight, which is cool. And it's well written. It's not that long, and it really kind of covers really everything with a really good flow. The first paragraph is more introduction. The second, just basically everything I asked it to do, it just put it into a very nice succinct paragraph. I love the fact that, you know, it also just added the third paragraph with competitors. But what was really cool is that I had nothing in my prompt to ask them to mention additional things about our tailored recruitment solutions, including a vast network, specific expertise, a streamlined process. So I think, you know, for a whole, this is a pretty solid email. It makes sense. It's not too long. It's not too short. Probably just make it a little bit shorter, and I would probably personalize a little bit more. But I think this tool, like Deepseek, can definitely help you get to a point where like the email will be like 85%, 90%, and then you can go in and add minor tweaks and cosmetics to it. But on the whole, it reads well. There's no like glaring like grammatical or English issues. And so, you know, I think if you're looking for a tool that can help you create a good enough template for you to build on, this is sufficient. Come on, ChatGPT. I hope you are as good or better. Let's see. Wow, this is just a lot more anemic. Subject: elevate your hiring with proven recruitment success. That's okay. It's kind of generic. I hope you're doing well. I want to reach out to see if company name could use some assistance with hiring recruitment. At Preston Agency, we specialize in finding top-tier talent quickly and efficiently, boasting a 95% success rate and an average time to fill of just 2 weeks. We've successfully partnered with leading companies in clients' industry, including some of your top competitors, helping them secure the best candidates to drive their business forward. If you're looking to fill key roles with highly qualified professionals, we'd love to discuss how we can support you. Would you be open for a quick call this week to explore how we can help? Let me know a time that works best for you. So I think this is still pretty good. It's a lot more succinct, which is typically better practice to do for sales emails. One of the things I think, so it did obviously mention everything I asked it to mention. I just think like Deepseek was just a lot more eloquent with it in terms of language. But one thing I liked Deepseek did that ChatGPT doesn't do is it just mentioned some of your competitors, where I think for someone who's experienced in recruitment and sales, that's really not an issue. And I would know this would be like a really good place to add more specific names of competitors. I think what was really cool about Deepseek is that, it literally guided you to, hey, this is where you should put competitor 1, 2, and 3, right? And I think that was also pretty cool. Now, Deepseek also added something extra and ChatGPT didn't. And in terms of call to action, I think both are relatively similar. If you're currently hiring or planning to expand your team, we'd love to explore how we can support your goals. Are you available for a quick call this week? While ChatGPT basically is the same thing, right? Would you be open to a quick call this week? So I would say on the whole, they're both okay. I think the language is good for ChatGPT. Like there's no grammar, no glaring issues. I just wish that they went a little bit more information and perhaps like they gave you just more of like an opportunity or space to kind of expand on things. This is more like cut and dry, simple template you can follow. Deepseek, kind of impressed here again. Each paragraph has a specific intention and it also incorporates things like bolding words, which ChatGPT doesn't do. I also like the way how it's worded a little bit more. And I just loved how it gave us more than what we asked. But again, you got to be cautious on the other side. Sometimes AIs can give you way more than necessary. And so it's up to you to be like, okay, is this good? Should I include it or not? But I also just like how ChatGPT is succinct to the point, not too long. It also ends with a decent call to action. It's pretty good, pretty good. So I would say on the whole, I would probably give this, again, a Deepseek, a little bit more of like half a point extra, but overall happy with both. You can use both to create a more of a template for you to be able to build on top of. All right, next prompt. So next prompt here, write an email to a prospective candidate that you have an amazing graphic design role that is perfect for their background. Mention that the fact that they have similar e-commerce experience, lives in New York City, and they also have prior agency background makes them a good fit. Let's do that now. Let's do an email for the candidates. Let's see what happens. I wonder if ChatGPT would be as short and succinct as the first. All right, and I also love how also before, like Deepseek gave us tips for customization. So it gives you like just more, if you feel like it cares for you, it wants the best for you, like personalize the email by mentioning clients' industries, include a specific success story, keep the tone professional. I mean, all these things are things that I would agree with. Same thing here. Subject, exciting graphic design opportunity, perfect fit for your background. My name is Preston. I'm a recruiter with Preston Agency. I came across your profile and was truly impressed by your experience in graphic design, particularly your work in e-commerce agency. I love the fact that it's highlighting these. I'm reaching out because I have an amazing opportunity that aligns perfectly with your background. The role is with a forward-thinking company, so it's asking you to add more information here, which is great. Based right here in New York City, they're looking for a talented graphic designer who can bring fresh, creative ideas to their team, and I immediately thought of you. Awesome. I think that's pretty solid. Here's why I believe this role is a great fit. Again, it's adding like another subsection, which I did not ask it to. Your e-commerce experience is exactly what they're looking for. It's deliberately and intentionally highlighting the facts about the candidate's background I want it to highlight. Your agency background has given you the versatility and collaborative skills, and I love the fact that it gives you more just description and context. The fact that you're based in New York also makes it easy to connect with the team. If you're open to exploring this opportunity, I'd love to share more details. I think honestly, this is pretty solid. It also gives you a space to kind of put in your title, your agency name, your email, your phone number, all that stuff, including your LinkedIn profile. And it also finishes off with tips for customization. Mention specific details about the candidate's experience, highlight any unique aspects of the role, keep the tone enthusiastic and professional to spark their interest. But on the whole, really, really cool. I love the subject line. I love a lot of the things that it says here. Of course, there are rooms to tweak it and make it better, but without doing anything, very impressed. ChatGPT, again, to the point, short and to the point. Exciting graphic design opportunity, perfect match for your background. I hope you're doing well. I came across your profile and was really impressed by your background in the graphic design, especially with your experience in e-commerce and agency. Given your expertise and the fact that you're based in New York City, I have an amazing opportunity that I believe will be a perfect fit for you. The role is with a dynamic company that values creativity and innovation, offering the chance to work on exciting projects that align perfectly with your skill set. I'd love to share some details and discuss how this could be a great next step. Would you be open for a quick chat? So the subject line is fine. Now, one thing that I'm kind of getting with ChatGPT responses, it follows your prompt literally. It doesn't really give it that much more space to add more descriptions, more, I guess, secondary support or kind of more illustrations or demonstrations of kind of making that point clearer. Whatever you ask, it just spits it out there. there, it doesn't really obviously it doesn't know the company that I'm talking about, and it doesn't really prompt me to be like, hey, this is where you should probably elaborate or improve on it. And I think that's what Deepseek does a little bit better than ChatGPT. And maybe it really depends on what you're looking for. Some people might like the more straightforward, succinct approach, literally as ChatGPT, and they're like, I just want something to be as close to the prompt as possible, and then I'll update it, versus Deepseek, where it kind of seems like it sees your prompt, it does it, and then it kind of builds on top of it a little bit more. But that can also be a slippery slope. But it's done that to the point where I'm like, oh, this is actually, it's not over wordy, it's not going too crazy, it kind of makes sense. So I'm still leaning Deepseek here a little bit more, but I think if you're looking for a succinct, hey, give me something, this is what I want, and it gives it to you and you just tweak it literally. I also love the fact that ChatGPT also keeps it short too. You always kind of want to keep your outreach as short as possible. That could also be something that's really, really interesting. But again, it ends with titles and it doesn't give you any tips for customization. Deepseek continues to do that. Mention specific details about the candidate's experience to show you've done your research. Yeah, I think I agree. Highlight any unique aspects of the role, like culture, growth opportunities. Absolutely. So when I say rooms for improvement, it literally tells you how to improve the outreach than what it's already given you. And you could probably already follow up saying, hey, Deepseek, improve this email with your tips of customization to make it better. Because it's a video and because we don't want to go too long, I'm just giving you a snapshot of what both can offer you based on just one prompt without following up. I think it's the following up and improving is how ChatGPT and Deepseek can give you an output close to what you're looking for. But we're just trying to see stark contrasts here that compare the two. All right, a couple more. What if you are a recruiter and you're looking for mechanical engineers? Where are the best places to find prospective mechanical engineers? Simple question. Let's ask both. Let's see what they say. So with AI, you have to be specific with how many results you want to see. When you say best or top, it typically can be 5 or 10, or it can go and maybe give you a lot more. So I think for the sake of this video, I should have just been a little bit more specific, being like, hey, give me top 5 or top 3. But I'm also just kind of curious to leave it a little bit open-ended to see what it comes back with. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, we're at 12. So let's see here. Deepseek. Finding top-tier mechanical engineers requires targeting platforms and communities where they actively engage. Number 1, professional networking platforms like LinkedIn, meetups. Cool, meetups. Looking for local engineering meetups or events? Nice, LinkedIn. Use LinkedIn's advanced search filters to find mechanical engineers. Join LinkedIn groups. All of these things are things that I would recommend to people or coach people on. Number 2, job boards specializing in engineering. Engineering-specific job boards like ASME Career Centers, Engineering.com, iHiring, mechanical engineering jobs. General job boards with engineering filters like Indeed, Glassdoor, Monster. Super cool. I did not know about any of these. I'm also not a mechanical engineer recruiter. I've done a handful of them throughout my decade of recruiting, but let's see here. University Career Centers, also a great place. Alumni networks. A lot of top engineering schools have career centers and a list, and alumni networks. Attend career fairs. You got association societies, ASME, SAE, IEE, online engineering communities, Reddit, forums, ResearchGate. What is that? A platform for researchers and engineering to share their work. You got freelancing contract platforms, Upwork, TopTill, Freelancer, industry-specific conferences and events. So it touches upon offline stuff here too. Employee referrals, technical recruitment agencies. So you can also reach out to specific agencies that specialize in these roles. And maybe you can do splits or partners, open source projects, GitHubs, social media platforms like Twitter. Wow, it even gives you sample hashtags for you to be able to dig around. And you can also do the same thing with Reddit as well. And of course, it referenced Reddit earlier. Open source projects, GitHub, mechanical engineers often contribute to open source projects. Look for candidates who have contributed. Facebook groups and internal talent pools. I mean, if I were to do this myself, even with a decade of experience, I would have done a lot of these, but there's a lot more here that I just wouldn't even think of. And so again, this goes to show how AI can just be an amazing tool for literally anything, especially for research, to kind of give you more ideas than what you already have so that you can really make sure that your search is robust and exhaustive. By leveraging a combination of these platforms, you can effectively find and attract top mechanical engineering talent. I mean, this is pretty comprehensive as it gets. ChatGPT gave us 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 points. Let's see. Online platforms, LinkedIn, Indeed, Handshake, connect with recent mechanical engineering graduates. Cool. GitHub and Stack, engineering tips forums, university alumni, so top engineering schools, partner with career centers like MIT, Stanford. You got college job fairs, alumni associations. You got industry events, so ASME, IMTS. So I think Deepseek definitely gave a lot more examples than just ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT is more just broad strokes, kind of, these are the ideas, and you might have to just kind of do a second prompt saying, please elaborate or give me further information or examples. So I love the fact how Deepseek just gave you way more and way more examples instead of just literally giving you doing the bare minimum of what you're asking, and then you're just gonna have to kind of dig in deeper with ChatGPT. Job boards, engineering specific sites, so you got the industry specific forums, you got the SWE, engineering.com, engineeringjobs.net, and lastly, referral programs and recruitment agencies, employer referrals, and recruitment agencies like Aerotech. Okay, so it's got something similar here. Would you like help crafting a job posting or outreach message for mechanical engineers? Oh, that's cool how they kind of ended this section here. So it's like, hey, here's the research. Now I can help you with your message. Go on with it. So who do you guys think is better for this specific prompt? Is it the Deepseek or is it ChatGPT? They both gave you fantastic information, enough for you to kind of get started. I think Deepseek obviously gave you a lot more, and they also gave you like really, really good specific examples like IEE, you got Upwork Top Top Freelancers, it expands more on engineering specific job boards, which is really cool, even though there's some overlap. Both on the whole give you something similar. I think Deepseek goes a little bit layer deeper without asking it to, and it gives you more experience. But again, both of them fantastic if you're using nothing. Lastly, let's do one more thing. Last prompt is, what are the best for online tools to find candidates? Okay, last prompt. Let's see. All right, finding the right candidates efficiently requires leveraging the best online tools. So let's see what they come up. This time I asked 4, just to kind of keep it succinct. And notice that my prompt is very, very vague. So I'm just kind of trying to see what it does here. LinkedIn Recruiter, that's awesome. It's the largest professional networking platform with over 900 million users worldwide. Again, this is something I totally understand. I love the fact that it gives you why it's great. Key features like search by skill, experience, location, in-mails, talent pool analytics, and it's best for sourcing passive. Indeed, this is also great too. Largest job boards globally. Key features, you can post jobs, reach millions. Resume database, employer branding tools. Best for attracting active job seekers and filling roles quickly. Okay. 3, Greenhouse. This is more of an ATS. I think this is not the best answer for this. That helps streamline the entire hiring process. This is more of an ATS CRM for more corporate teams. You got a CRM feature, hiring process, integration. Hired is a talent marketplace. So Hired doesn't really exist anymore, right? So I think it started off great with LinkedIn and Indeed. Greenhouse, meh. Hired doesn't honestly exist anymore. But let's see, it gives you bonus tools. Zoom Info, this should have been like the 3rd one. Gem, that's more of like a corporate internal tool. Ashby, we're kind of going along the ATS CRM routes. AngelList here in the US, I mean, I think that's also a great way to reach out to candidates. This is more for like corporate internal teams, less agencies, but I think AngelList, Zoom Info are definitely close to what I'm looking for. LinkedIn Recruiter, Indeed are fantastic. So I love the fact that it gives you bonus tools. It's like, in case I'm wrong, here are some more examples. And now it kind of covered its bases, and it gives you a final summary. So passive, use LinkedIn Recruiter, Zoom Info, active, Indeed, and Hired, and Greenhouse, Ashby, niche, Hired, and AngelList. By combining these tools, you can create a robust recruitment strategy that covers both active and passive. All right, ChatGPT, let's go. Okay, so LinkedIn, Indeed, great. Handshake, it's best for hiring graduates and entry-level. Hired doesn't exist. So Deepseek, instead of giving us only 2, ChatGPT at least gave us 3. Both of them gave us Hired, which is interesting, which the company no longer exists. And then it says, hey, would you like recommendations based on specific industry or roles? So I love these like additional prompts at the end saying, hey, this is how I can also continue to help you. Or Deepseek's like, hey, a summary, and then more of like, I hope that this helps. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. Like, who wins? Deepseek and China? Not to get too political about it. Obviously, Deepseek came out of China while ChatGPT is more US, but that point aside, which of like the outputs are you more impressed with? And do you use one or the other? What are your thoughts? Would you use them for? Would love to hear you. If you want us to make more AI videos, definitely comment down below, but I appreciate it and we'll see you on the next one.